Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back for another episode of The Last Kingdom in our Forex, and in previous episode we got the new shipyard completed. We haven't actually gotten a ship from that particular shipyard quite yet, but we did now complete the first tanker that we were building, the Camel Mark 1, and now what we'll probably do with that is we'll go ahead and pick up some fuel from the Barracuda herd and bring it to the colony, and then what we might actually do is we might send it out to pick up fuel from the Skofnung herd, because there's only one place that we can currently refuel reliably in, and that is in Viralis, so that is a bit of a problem, admittedly. Let's have a look at the shipyard fleet here. So what we'll probably do is... actually, we'll place it under the oilers here, so we'll create a fleet. I did promise that to be assigned to that, and it doesn't itself have a massive amount of fuel, but it should have a decent range still nonetheless. So what I'll do is I'll give you orders to go to the Barracuda herd first. I think I'll actually refuel from stationary tankers. Then what you'll do is you'll go auto route system, go to Skopnum. Go to the herd there, refuel from stationary tankers, and then auto route back to Barracuda. It does take a long time, and it does take a fair bit of fuel there. But this way, once we do return home, we will provide a bit more fuel from there. I mean, it's not going to be a massive amount of fuel, but we will transfer fuel to colony. And again, the loading and unloading times are going to be quite significant there. But we can carry quite a significant amount of fuel, 28 million liters, so this can do very long trips and just gather everything that we are harvesting. But it's just the trips that it's going to be doing is going to be very long. And I think at this point we might have to start limiting the amount of serving that we are doing for the time, because fuel reserves are going down fairly quickly. I'm not going to be building any more ships right at this moment, not to mention, one, because the racial wealth isn't doing all that great. We haven't been building a lot of financial centers or anything like that lately, so that is one problem. And actually, financial centers, what does it require? It requires a lot of carbamide. So technically, if I was to bring in some construction factories here and just keep bringing carbamide down here, I could keep building more financial centers in this planet. That's not the worst idea that I've had so far. I wouldn't call it the best either, but it is somewhere in between. Right, so actually let's have a look. How is the environment doing? It's well, it's a fairly low atmosphere, but it is gaining at decent speed. Although it's still going to take several years to be completed. Well, once we get the orbital stations for doing the terraforming, it should be okay. Let's see, is there... No, I think that's more or less it. The tanker should be relatively quick. Well, I say relatively, but it does have quite a bit of a trip to do. And it's going to take a long while to refill from the tanker or the harvesters. Okay, survey cannot do its work. I think I'm going to have to... yeah, just limit these standing orders. No standing orders. You're going to have to begin overhaul and just stay put for the time being. So limit the fuel usage. Ooh, Excalibur. That's a fairly large system. Let's have a look. So this is... oh, from Ravenna. Ooh. Now it does seem to have two planets that are technically colonizable. There's a cold desert, which does have oxygen in it. We may have found our first hostiles, actually. Oh, well, I wouldn't say necessarily hostiles, but first aliens. Interesting. There's a dwarf planet there. And there's a gas giant with a lot of moons, another gas giant. Quite a few gas giants. A lot of planets with water. 84, okay, so it might not have the best resources. But yeah, there's a lot of asteroids in this system, actually, about 350. Okay, well that's interesting. So how far are we from the... we're actually pretty far from the center of the system. I believe the potential colony or homeworld would be that one. Huh. Interesting. Now, did we have active sensors on these ships? I don't think we do. No, we do have thermal and EM sensors though, so if we get close enough we should be able to at least spot the colony. At least in theory. Whether it is going to be in practice, I don't know yet. Right, command assignment for the foreign... Oh, actually that reminds me, did we overhaul this one? Kind of. I suppose I could give you orders to refuel real quick. You don't take a massive amount of fuel, so that should be okay. And now I can assign you under the training. You got training of 36% so far. So we'll get that to 100% in due time. Overhaul completed for the Seeker 7. I believe would be B Survey 2. Yep. Okay, so what you are going to be doing, take away your standing orders as well, and you will also sit down there until we get back to like 20 million litre fuel reserve. I'll leave the survey vessel, or the secondary survey vessels. We'll still do surveying with the first ones. Oh, we found a new jump point already. Okay. Now, to be fair, the secondary star over there, or the binary star over here, is actually pretty far away, isn't it? It's about 30 billion, isn't it? Or, well, I suppose we can quickly check. 27 billion, okay. Fairly close. To my estimation. Not close as in getting there is easy. Okay, the cargo one has completed orders. What were you doing? Oh, right, yeah, you were taking more infrastructure down to the... Yeah, that makes sense. Right, what I think I want you to do now... I will load another terraforming installation. And take it to here. Just to speed up the terraforming over there, and... You know what, why don't you... load up some construction factories. It's only 5. And unload all installations there. We'll try to get some carbamite in here. Are there carbamite? Hold on. I don't remember everything here yet, but financial center, yes, carbamite. So if we could get a little bit of that, do we actually mine carbamite in here? I don't think we do. Nope. Titanium and uranium. I know that we do a little bit in Mimum here. No, actually, no, that's boronite. Oh, never mind then. Well, the boronite is required for the fuel refineries. Don't have a massive amount of those either. Okay, so we don't actually have any carbamite in this system, in Mimum. And we don't have a lot of it in Barracuda either. If I remember correctly. We might have some carbamite in Caldera at some point. We might transfer some of that around. Actually, not a terrible idea. I mean, they need boronite. We can probably provide the boronite, and we kind of need the carbamite at the moon here, so I'll do that. Okay, retirement orders are possible. Oh, right. Faithful Survey 2. I'm going to take away your standing orders. I'm going to give you orders to overhaul. They're not going to be stranded forever, it's just for the time being. Actually, is the oiler... The oiler is already heading out. You got a total of 1.6 million litres now. Not a lot, in all fairness. Not a lot. We'll get another 400,000 litres from the other harvester. And D-Survey 1 is orbiting. Okay, so this one is still allowed to go out. Hold on, wasn't? No, D-Colony 1. Right, do we have enough capacity down here? Not really for another trip, so I'll leave that to be there for the time being. How's the colony? Ooh, we could actually bring in some colonists down here. I'm going to borrow the Romanov colony ship to take people there then. For one trip. So, Skofnung, good Joyous. Hades, unload colonists, and then go back to Barracuda. And probably refuel there. That's going to take a long while, 8 months. Excalibur, we got a maintenance problem there. You still got 143 maintenance supplies though, so that should be okay. Now, I wonder if there is a potential aliens here. There might be. Oh, commander experience. Oh, research bonus for the one researching the jump drive efficiency has gone up to 40% now. That's pretty good, so we should be getting that in a bit more than a year from now. When do we get the research facility? It's still pretty far away. Have we gotten a lot of the mines? And I believe, well, this year we're not going to finish any of these. Next year we're going to get the terraforming installations and the mines. After that we'll start working on the automated mines and some orbital miners and some fuel harvesters. We need a lot of fuel harvesters, quite frankly. So we'll start working towards that. The shipyards are not working. We're still losing a little bit well. So where is that exactly? Actually, not anymore. Not according to this, but... well, I don't know. There might be some... oh, right. The research speed may have increased. Or there might be some other things that have not been calculated yet. Oh, new system. Durandal. Right, D1 from remover. So it goes over there. There are 2 potential colony planets here. That doesn't have any planets. This one does have 2 colonizable planets, one of which actually has quite high oxygen levels. It's a bit chilly, but it does have oxygen. And the water is, of course, frozen there. There's also oxygen in here. Interesting. So this is actually completely breathable. It's just very cold. I wonder if there's any aliens here. Could it be that we found 2 different NPRs in the same episode? Oh, we'll have to find out. Well, the experience... I mean, I suppose what I could do is... what is the planet? A3 is the fairly likely, and A4 is also rather likely. After you've done surveying that, why don't you go and geosurvey that, and then geosurvey that. And where was the other one? That was in Excalibur. You go over there. We're currently surveying that. What was the planet in here that was the likely A2? So once you're done surveying that, why don't you go geosurvey that? Okay, A Cargo 1 has completed orders, so now we have 3 terraforming installations over here. We're making pretty good progress there. Although it's still going to take quite a few years to be completed with the terraforming in here, but at least it's a little bit of progress. At least the installations are being used, if nothing else. And how is the construction army? We just went through that. Have we got on the atmosphere over here any better? Oxygen has increased a tiny bit, but yeah, this requires the modules. It's not going to be done anytime soon otherwise. But at least they can get it started, you know. Although, does that even affect... I think it may... No. It hasn't had a significant effect on the infrastructure requirement either. At some point it might drop the temperature, or increase the temperature just enough to have like a effect of 1 infrastructure per million effect, which actually would still be something. So in Caldera, what are we? Right, we completed the maintenance facilities over here and started working on more construction factories. Because we got pretty good mining income right now here, so we don't really need to worry about that. One problem that we do have though is the lack of infrastructure. Also, do we mine? We do have mercasium here and uranium, so we could technically start producing our own infrastructure in here, if need be. Also, how is the... because we are building the kangaroo, and it's almost completed. Gonna be done in 1 or 2 build cycles. Ooh, new minerals in... Ooh, 600,000 uranium, 0.7. That's not terrible. Okay, we got the kangaroo now. Deployment time exceeded on Hornet 2, so we need to switch that around again. So there, and then the kangaroo. Let me actually close some of these now for a little bit. To get them out of the way, and we'll place it. Actually, we can probably close all of that. Right, logistics. Create a fleet. Troop 1. Assign the kangaroo down there. And what you're going to do is you're going to load ground units. Get that one. And get that one. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go through Calradia. And you're going to go to Odin. Unload ground units. And then Caldera, unload ground units. There we go, so that is those units, and then you can auto route back to Barracuda and Virales, and you probably don't even need to refuel since move to. That's pretty good speed, so we'll be able to deliver these troops rather quickly, and that's going to give us a little bit of policing strength in the planets there. Right, another thing I should pose... Oh, hold on a minute. Did we ever complete the support vessel Stork? We did. It has so different costs compared to the others. It's actually a lot higher cost than the kangaroos, for example. So we probably won't be able to produce those from anywhere right now. Not that we necessarily need to have them right now. At some point it would be handy. Although I wonder, would it be... the higher price, it might be possible if we were to switch to produce... Ooh, right, actually, we can switch that around, because we did switch to the thermal sensors instead of the EM sensors, or the newer thermal sensors, rather. Right, but I'm pretty sure that we cannot build the Storks from the shipyard. No. We cannot. We can build the dromedaries and drachmas. I'm going to build 1 drachma, actually. Those are mainly transporting 1,000 tons of minerals. But those will be used for the Commerce Guild. So shipyard, it's not particularly expensive, although it does take some time to build, but that's alright. Right, so the ship construction completed. Maintenance problem in Gram. Did we survey the system over here? Yes, we did, at least the inner system, and we actually found some nice mineral deposits here. This would actually be colonizable planet. It's just the max population cap here is rather small, so it's not necessarily particularly enticing option. But there's a lot of Galazar in there, just very hard to mine. Right, but let's keep on going. Orders assigned. Oh right, overhauling. Okay. Cargo A2, or A Cargo 2, what have you been up to lately? We've got 2 of these, so your history, you've been loading construction factories and taking to Crasinia in Imperialis. Right, you provided 10 construction factories there, I believe. That makes sense. I think... Let's have a quick look at the colonies that we have. Actually, on this side. So over here, we're still lacking a little bit of population. Over here, we could technically get some mines here. Although the mining speeds are rather not impressive. Over here, we could still bring some construction factories or mines or something in here. Although we did... Oh, right, we are constructing that. It's not very quickly. Not very quickly at all. Although, alright, the political stability isn't quite as high, partially because the growth isn't high enough. Oh, right, yeah, we got too much people in there. Right, how about you actually assist with that? Take some more infrastructure from here. So, infrastructure, and take that to Scotland, Crasania Imperialis, unload all installations, and then go back to Barracuda. You can refuel from the herd over there, and then repeat that 4 times, and then move back to Veralis. It's going to take a long while to do that, but it will at least provide some infrastructure there. Right, so low fuel over here. One reason why I want to fortify that, or increase the colony in there, is that if Excalibur, I don't know how I butchered that name, but yeah, Excalibur, if they have non-player race there, then we need to have a strong colony here that can protect the rest of the kingdom in here. And similarly over... Hold on, was it Durandal that potentially had a colony? I think it may have been. But getting to Romovar is still a bit harder. I mean, we can get there, it's just a long trip. Whereas Kaufman, like, there's quite significant difference in the distances from here. So yeah, I'll focus on the eastern branch first. Well, yep, okay. We found enemies there, that's for sure. I probably shouldn't have taken... Oh yeah, there was a 10-minute. Okay, so they spotted us and then they destroy us. So what's that? It's energy weapons. There was STO ground forces, so they have... Okay. Penetrating hits, yeah. We won't be able to rescue those. Alright then, well that means that the... Wait, who was that? Right, that was the House Alexandrus. So you all survey. You're currently surveying, actually. But rename that to Survey 1 for House Alexandrus. So my gut feeling was correct. Okay. First things first. Let's assign this to be under control of the Excalibur aliens. We don't know much about them. Let's actually have a look at them. What do we know about them? Other than population there. Hold on, so do we know... It was STOs, damage per hit 24, so there's probably Carronades. Unless they are much more technologically advanced than we are. Which I doubt is the case. Actually, one thing that I should probably start doing is getting maintenance facilities into Crasania Imperialis. Also, do we have a... Right, do we know anything about these? Not really. We just know that they exist. And we know that this is not a spoiler race. Well, actually... Did we spot any ships? No, I don't think we did. So this could be... Rakas, in fact. I mean, which... Yeah, it would track with the amount of SDOs there. Right. Okay, signature 100 tons. How many times did they fire? 18 shots. 24 damage per hit, 1 penetrating hit. 10 shots. Okay. So I think our estimation of their strength was not exactly correct. Let's actually have a look. So we know that there's a cold desert. Okay. It is quite a juicy planet as itself. Like, it has the oxygen levels required. And I had the feeling that, yeah, that is probably inhabited. Well, sorry, House Alexandrus. Your men... Ooh, actually. No, we can't get here in 12 days. But that... If it is Rockhouse instead of an NPR, then... we can still explore the system and basically take over most of it, and just need to be careful about invading that. One time exceeded on the A survey 2. which is already heading back. Alright then. We still have the fuel problems, but we seem to be out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.